Envision a sanctuary where community and sustainability are the cornerstones of living. In this haven, every family is able to grow their own food, children flourish through homeschooling tailored to unlock their full potential, and education extends beyond textbooks, instilling self-worth and a deep understanding of the world around them. Here, goodwill isn't just an ideal, it's the essence of daily life, where respect for law and order harmonizes with the community's resourcefulness. This place isn't just a dream, it's a call to action for everyone who believes in a better, more connected way of living. Join us in building a future where each individual's contributions create a tapestry of enduring harmony and prosperity. Join us in Hotepistan.
So World War III is upon us? The Grift Report starts right now.
2, 1, boom. Hotep Jesus.
Of all the Jesuses I know, he's the Hotepiest. Social scientist and YouTube host, Hotep Jesus.
How the fuck do you get a name like Hotep Jesus?
The one and only Hotep Jesus.
Ryan Sharp, better known to the world as Hotep Jesus.
Hotep Jesus. Hotep Jesus. Hotep Jesus.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
Somebody said, what do you think you are, some kind of Hotep Jesus?
Ooh,
and
that's
I was
good.
Just like, ooh, that's sexy. Yes, I do think I'm Hotep Jesus.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, depending on where you are in the world. Welcome to the Grift Report, live Monday through Friday, 2 p.m. Eastern. I'm your host at Grift God.
Hotep Jesus. Hotep Jesus. Hotep Jesus.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
Oh, this a real Hotep brother.
Hotep to the chat. Hotep to the Hotepistanis.
Hotep.
What up, fam? What up, fam? Did everybody see the Grifties? Has everybody seen the Grifties already? Have you seen the Grifties? If not, go to patreon.com/HotepHasBeenToldYou. Last chance to get the unedited version. There's going to be an edited version that will be released. This is the last chance to get the unedited version. We're going to have to make it a little bit more mild for the general public. This is last chance, patreon.com/HotepHasBeenToldYou. Hold on. Remember y'all helped me last week get the supers together? So we fixed that. And now I got the supers in the top right-hand corner. Today's goal, 35 big ones. Pause. 35 big ones. I'm in the middle of a trade right now. I've been trading meme coins this weekend. It's just easy money. Just been easy money. I'm in the middle of a trade right now, but they have no liquidity pool, so I can't sell. The liquidity pool on this meme coin right now is at 87 cents. Fuck my life. So yeah, good news is I'm up 10% and 12% on my other trades here. So life is good. Just waiting on some suckers to add some liquidity to this. I gave out a play this weekend. I gave out a play. It was 100% gains. If you follow my play and you bought when I told you to buy and you sold when I told you to sell, you made 100% plus gains. I shared it this weekend. It's easy money. If you guys want those plays as I get them, I'm only going to share the ones that I think are sure shots because I don't want to lose anybody money. This is not financial advice. Join the Telegram group in the link in the description box below as we wait for Super DApp to be deployed. And that's where we're going to start to move all of our communications in the Hotepistan and the cryptoverse. Shout out to Syscoin. As I collect my Solana and slowly move my Solana to Sys and make those Sys holdings. Sys seems to be, a lot of people talk about inflation and what's the point of investing? Investing is to beat inflation. And, we look at a lot of the coins, and I think something like Syscoin has longevity because, well, they have such a great company, such a large and robust company. The tech is solid. It's fast. It's easy. So yeah, I love being a part of the Syscoin ecosystem and moving my Solana into a Sys bag as we wait for the next big boom. So we had a bit of a correction this weekend in crypto world, and the halving is, I don't know, 4 or 5 days away. People are trying to guess when the halving is. So we're waiting on the Bitcoin halving, whatever, however you say that. So yeah. We have a special guest joining us tomorrow to talk meme coins and crypto. He was supposed to join us today. Shout out to Crypto Blood. So we'll have Crypto Blood joining the show mañana. He got double booked today, so he could not join us. So we got a lot to talk about, chat. We got a lot to talk about. Before we get into breaking down, shout out to Opinionated Junkie. Appreciate you. Lost $200 off SPY options. Crying. Damn, you did some SPY options? What'd you bet? Up or down? Did you bet on the up or you bet on the down? Let me know. I'm up 12%, 11%. I don't know if I should. I want to hold on for 50%. I think there's still some room to go on some of these meme coins. Damn. Yeah, it's moving. It's moving. I'm probably going to pull out soon. That one's moving. What's this one doing? This one, it's still got room to grow. I'm going to let that cook for a little bit longer. So yeah, I'll be streaming and trading meme coins simultaneously. Because I ain't trying to lose no money. But we got the super chat goal up on the screen. Shout out to the homies making the dream possible as we inch a little bit closer here to our goal. Shout out to everybody over on Rumble. I see you. What up, Kay? It's just me. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yes, YouTube is a bit ahead of Rumble is a bit ahead of YouTube. Don Day, what up? Renee, what up? I want to talk about hip hop before we get into this because we're talking about World War III, and there seems to be a World War III in the world of hip hop. In the world of hip hop, there seems to be a World War III going on. We have the Kendrick Lamar semi-diss about the Big Three. It sparked a lot of controversy. J. Cole responds, puts it on his album, then he retracts it. Then the Weeknd comes out, Future, ASAP Rocky, and they're all dissing Drake, allegedly, apparently. I'm not exactly sure how this thing goes. So yeah. So in the midst of all this, we get our first real big pop of AI music. Okay, so the Drake diss, nobody knows if it's AI or not, right? And I just want to clear the air on how AI music works because I have a lot of people out there speculating on the AI music and they're doing it wrong. Quite frankly, they're just doing it wrong. How is an AI song created? Well, first of all, what you're going to need is you're going to need a songwriter, somebody who writes the lyrics. Many people think that you can take songs and upload them to the AI and the AI is going to write the lyrics. It's not how this works. If the AI writes lyrics, it's not going to make any sense. It'll be a bunch of gibberish and none of it will be understandable, right? At least not in an artistic sense, in a hip hop rap sense. So we had a bunch of people say, oh, AI wrote this song and AI must be getting good because he left off of Diddy's name and that's why it had to be a human. And the fact of the matter is you need a human being to sit down and write the song. Now, the human being, what they do is they record something called a reference track. Now, that reference track has the audio, vocals, it has the original voice. Then you take that original voice and you plug that into the AI and the AI will change your voice. So if you're rapping in your voice and you say, hey, I want you to mimic Drake, then the AI is going to mimic Drake. It's going to take Drake's vocals and lay it over yours. We don't hear yours anymore. Now we just hear Drake. So apparently somebody, my biggest speculation is that Drake is in a bit of a conundrum right now. if this is an AI diss, he's got to be better than that AI diss. Whoever wrote that diss, they did a fairly decent job. It was mild, but it was a fairly decent job. However, the strategy behind it, dissing everybody, is really what won the crowd over, because it seemed like he was taking on, practically the whole industry. So a lot of that stuff is it's going to be hard to beat, right? So when Drake comes with the real diss, if he ever does, I told people he would not, and we're still waiting on the real diss. But you got to be a fool to think. You got to be a fool not to listen to me. Always listen to the Hoteps. Opinionated Junkie, it was a call. BITI should help. Oh, man. Drake's is not AI. How do you know that? How do you know Drake's song is not AI? Here we go. See? Here's the people that want to hope and wish and believe. But Drake has not come out and confirmed whether or not it was AI. So that's a bit spooky, right? So again, this comes back to what the astrologists have been saying about the universe and astrology and whatever is happening with the moon and stars. A lot of conflict here in the early parts of 2024 as we move into Q2. Welcome to Q2 of 2024, and election year, of course. So a lot of controversy. And what happened? Well, we got World War III, right? Out of this weekend, apparently Iran. Now, when the reports first hit that Iran launched drones, I was looking at some of the footage and I'm like, I don't know if that's real. And so we had a lot of grifters passing around images of strikes hitting Israel. In the meantime, people are saying that the drones were still on their way. So at the same time people said Israel had been hit, drones were still in the air on the way. Okay, so we got to be careful. Let's go ahead and let's pull out our trusty slide deck we've been relying on lately. And let's analyze this war here together. Right? So let's pull this up. Bang, bong, boom. You should see it on your screen now. Here we go. So last week we talked about the reactionary loop. Right? The reactionary loop. Middle East bait reaction industry loop. And this one here was talking about the whole Israel thing, right? Blah, 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 blah. And one of those things we talked about was the people that are pro-Palestine. Well, what did we get today? The Palestinians decided to demonstrate. Let's pull that up on the screen. Here we go. So the Palestinians here, hold on. Or I should say the people who support the Palestinians, because these people probably aren't Palestinians. These are probably white liberal grifters, if anything at best. So here they are. And the report here says a third pro-Palestinian protest has blocked southbound I-80 in West Oakland. This comes after protesters shut down the NB I-80 earlier this morning, as well as the Golden Gate Bridge. Here's the latest. Okay, so let's go back to our trusty guide, and let's start from fresh. Okay, so it's going to be a couple of different buckets when we analyze this news, and really what I want to talk about today is Middle East beneficiaries. The Middle East beneficiaries. Who benefits from this conflict? Obviously, we have to talk about the military industrial complex. Right? So who woke up this morning and had a good time? Raytheon, Boeing. Who else? I'm missing one. Halliburton. Who else am I missing here, chat? Who else am I missing from this? Yeah, it's beautiful today. The weather is absolutely beautiful today. I might not stay long, just in case. I might not stay long because I want to just get some sun. I got some 20 minutes of sun. Lockheed Martin, thank you, Lockheed Martin. Right. So we got Lockheed Martin, Northrop Grumman, and we can stop there. We don't have to add anymore, right? So we got the military industrial complex benefits, right? And it's going to tell you everything you need to know, right? So, why does it do that? All right, so we got the military industrial complex, and then next to them, we're going to put nations. What nations benefit? Obviously, although they are being attacked, allegedly, Israel is going to benefit. Ukraine is going to benefit. And of course, the great United States. Right? And we might as well just go ahead and throw in NATO and let's just say the UN, right? These are the people, or the nations, nation states, nation entities that that are going to benefit. Hold on. Let me execute this trade. All right. I won. Remember, if you sell, you always win, right? Successfully sold. Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Waiting for this next one to pop. Just a quick 13% gains. Nothing crazy. Just, some light trading in the morning. Stacking my sol so I can move it to sis. Let's put this on my other screen. All right, cool. So let's get down to the nitty-gritty. Who else benefits? Whoops. Let's go right here. Politicians. All right, they're going to run their ads, right? So Trump is going to benefit. Biden is going to benefit, even though it's looking kind of shaky for him, right? And then the rest of them, right? Marjorie Taylor Greene, Lauren Boebert, everybody who's going to have something to say, right? All of these people are going to have a good old time. We'll talk about how they benefit in a minute, but I just want to lay down all the groups. Then you get your NGOs, right? Now, I don't know the names of the NGOs, but let's just say Soros and them. Soros and them boys, right? And you see that with the bridge, right? The bridges and now all of a sudden you got under this is a whole complex. Then you have your activists, which is just simply another type of group. So your BLM, Antifa types, right? You got your Gaza people, right? And you have these at all levels, right? Now it should be, I should probably pack this under here because the activists come under the NGOs, right? Then who else benefits? Well, you know who always benefits from bad news. If it bleeds, it leads. So we're gonna get media, right? So we can go mainstream media. We don't have to list them all, and alt media, right? That's people like me. We benefit. Now we have something to talk about, even though I don't want to talk about it. All right. And then last but not least, who else benefits? Grifters, right? And we don't got to list them. You guys know who those grifters are. But that is also who benefits, right? So I should also list black people, because now Elijah Schaefer has something to talk about other than black people. Which is absolutely terrible. Okay. Hold on, let me check on chat. Wall Street. I forgot about that one. I forgot about Wall Street. Wall Street benefits. Wall Street benefits. Look at all this stuff about war. Look at all mainstream alt media also benefit greatly. Yeah. Okay. France, UK, yeah. World War III starts in NATO, yeah. Russia and Saudi getting more cash for fuel, yeah. So, as you can see, the list goes on, right? So, here's my point. My point in all this is the fact that nothing exactly happened this weekend. Literally, like barely anything happened. You know what I'm saying? Like, Iran launched some shit in the air. It took 3.5 months to reach Israel. Tech benefits too, right? And then Israel swats it down with their Iron Dome and other military defenses, right? But nothing exactly happened. So all of this stuff down here that we see in the bottom is nothing but grift, right? So can we even call it a world war yet? Can we even call it a world war? Can we? I don't think we can call it a world war yet. It trended. Meme coins came out because of it. Made it quick. Hold on. Let me make this sound. Okay, cool. So there was World War III meme coins. There was a peace coin. I made money off the peace coin, and that really. So let's go down here. Let's add this one, which is going to lead to my next point. So I should say crypto meme coins. Okay, cool. And it's going to lead to our next point, right? So, what does all this mean? If there's a war, conflict in the media and the news, and so many people benefit, why should we reach for peace? Where's the incentive for peace if all these people? So I saw a tweet earlier from somebody, I think it was Maj Toure, and Maj basically said, he said, I see a lot of you guys who said, peace in the Middle East are now all for war. And, that's because everybody benefits, all these people benefit. But I really want to focus right here on the crypto. So what happened was, World War III coins came out, peace coin came out, all of these different concepts, and people were betting on the war, so to speak, right? So it is an emotional thing. It is an emotional thing where emotions tend to create money. Okay, emotions tend to create wealth, depending on what side of the coin you're on. And we're going to talk about meme coins in a second, and what they mean, what markets mean, et cetera, et cetera. But I'm sorry, my brain just did a split again. I wanted to just, all right, let's just jump right into that and then we'll come back to this. So, meme coins, right? What is a meme coin? A meme coin is simply the harvesting of emotional energy. That's all it is. And, you know, some people think that meme coins are, you know, detrimental to the crypto community, or they see them as bad or stupid or whatever. And they don't understand, like, how is it that something that's a meme coin, which has absolutely zero intrinsic value, no functional value, how is it that these things, how is it that I'm trading them and creating value and taking, you know, siphoning value off of these things? How is that happening? And the truth of the matter is that meme coins expose capitalism. It exposes capitalism. That's what it does. What makes a mink valuable? A mink coat, what makes it value other than an emotional attachment? Markets, for the most part, are emotional attachments. Meme coins are no separate or no different than any other bullshit we tend to buy out of emotional attachments. Even the foods we eat create emotional attachments. The faster people realize that markets are driven by emotions, the faster you'll begin to understand this concept of capitalism. Most people don't understand the concept of emotions. You know who does understand the concept of emotions? Marketers and salespeople. And that's why marketers and salespeople, Wall Street, media, grifters, NGOs, activists, politicians, they all understand the concept of emotions. Even your social media network understands the concept of emotions. They have this thing called sentiment, and they measure the sentiment of different accounts or whole accounts or sections of accounts. But everybody understands the concept of emotions that's in this matrix. It's the people outside of this sometimes that do not understand, and they get caught up. Oh my God, the world's falling apart. Meanwhile, nothing actually really happened. It was just politics as usual. It was, this weekend, what I saw was theater. It was Iran saying, we're going to put on a demonstration. They knew damn well they weren't going to hit shit, but it was a demonstration. Trying to say, hey, you know, and some people would speculate and say, well, they were trying to test the powers, you know, all of that mumbo jumbo, the powers that be. They're trying to test them and see what. Listen, Iran knows what the fuck the deal is. They weren't testing shit. It was something. It was an attempt to increase emotional support for Iran. That's all they was. They wasted a bunch of money. Maybe not wasted, but basically to say, hey, look, we ain't no bitch, right? It's the equivalent of saying, you know, I got my ass beat, but at least I fought back.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
That's what this is. Iran's, yeah, Kabuki theater. This is Iran saying, I got my ass beat. I'm going to get my ass beat, but at least I threw a punch. So you got to respect it, I guess, you know, somewhat, right? But again, Iran understands the concept of emotions and says, you know, we can't just sit here and do nothing. Our people are looking at us. People are watching. And then they retaliate, so-called retaliation. Okay. Public Relations by Edward Bernays. Yeah, classic. So, you have this retaliation, so to speak, and Diamond J says backroom deal with Iran, U.S., Israel, U.S. and Iran. I didn't want to go there. I'm not going to go there. It says Iran under pressure internally. They are basically facing civil war. They had to respond. Exactly. They had to do something. Okay. BA said they were testing the Israeli air defense. I don't think that's the case. That's not what they were doing. I seriously doubt, that's how they were testing. They wanted to test the Israeli defense. They probably would have had a little bit more success. But trying to launch a drone that we all saw coming miles away, and everybody was sitting in Israel with their watches like, any minute now. I really don't think it's that. I really just believe it's theater to show that Iran is not going to back down. That's really what this comes down to. And it's just poking their chest out. That's it. Simply that. And then everybody else hopping in and giving their 2 cents. And now all of a sudden, you wake up the next morning and everybody's talking about Israel. Now, let's go here. Let's bring this up. And we get this announcement. BRICS News published says BRICS calls on Middle East to stop using the U.S. dollar for oil trade settlements. So this is the other part of it, right? So this is where we begin to lose, okay? How do we lose, Hotep Jesus? Well, really, this is about the acceleration of the CBDC, right? So this war is going to be an excuse and say, oh, the United States dollar is under attack, and we have to rush Congress to pass legislation on stable bills and CBDCs to stabilize the dollar. And I don't know if that's coming this year. Our guess is that they put this on Trump's plate and make Trump the scapegoat and make the right wear that mistake. That's my guess. In order to, quote unquote, save the U.S. dollar. But again, much of this stuff is financial. So as the BRICS nations jockey for currency position, obviously we know that Russia and China are going to hold the bulk of their digital currency, the bulk of their BRICS digital currency. The other nations sort of just tagging along like little kids, hanging out with the big kids. But the concept of trading their oil, out of the United States dollar is going to be the catalyst for CBDC, which is my guess. It's just a guess. Might not be correct, but I think that's eventually going to be the next part of this. Marcus Watkins, thank you for the $5 Cash App. $ Hotep Jesus Cash App. Appreciate you, bruv. Much, much appreciated. Now, a lot of this stuff that happens, the U.S. intelligence agencies, I believe they know what to expect. They're not surprised by any of this. They reported and said, oh, we got drones on the way hours before they handed out. So there's plenty of military bases in that area to detect all of this stuff, et cetera, et cetera. But we had an interesting story come out of this morning, which I thought was a bit eerie. So if you type in, how did I find that story now? Let's see. Here we go. Check this out. Look at this. All right. Now, I said to myself, what the hell does this got to do with New Jersey? Middlesex County rabbi, no loss of life during Iran strikes on Israel was miraculous. So even the Chabad in New Jersey is grifting off of this, right? So it says here, security remains a concern at synagogues around New Jersey following Iran's drone and missile attack on Israel over the weekend. Okay, so there are concerns that a synagogue may be hit. So that's, as we talk about beneficiaries, we also have to think about, what's to come here, right? And Alex Jones said this morning we should expect a false handkerchief. Maybe it's going to happen at a synagogue. Maybe it'll be a bridge. I saw some news this morning that said the FBI is now investigating the bridge incident. I don't know how you investigate the bridge incident, weeks after, they even cleaned up the area and everything, but I guess you can still perform an investigation. So the FBI, weeks later, decides to open up an investigation on the bridge incident in Baltimore, which I think is, again, more theater. And you see a bunch of people reporting things about boat incidents. You'll see that on your timeline. Boat incident. And basically what happens is it follows the old rule of Mr. Postman. He basically says, whatever is the hot topic in the media, that's what people are going to report on. So you got a big boating incident happens or a plane incident happens. And I explained this tons of times. Now every single journalist or reporter is listening out to the police, local municipals, waiting for anything to happen with the boat. Anything. Now there's boating accidents that probably happen hundreds, if not thousands of times a day. So now to make you seem like, oh, it's not safe to get on a boat. Oh, it's not safe to get on the airplane. So again, just more grifting. Again, election season. Did we really expect anything less than World War III talk for election season? Which is, again, comes back to the fact that I think much of this stuff is theater, planned and plotted out by the powers that be. And now we have to sit back and wait for the domestic attack, right? Because it has all the hallmark signs here where people are fearful, and it could just be a fear tactic. But my internet going out last week, and earthquakes, and I saw some alien invasion happen this weekend. Who knows? Just be on your P's and Q's. That's all I'm gonna say. Hotep's been told you. Noto said petrodollar has been gone. They started trading in yuan since last year. As soon as a viable oil currency arises, the majority of the world will abandon the dollar. It's been too abused in sanctions. Yeah. Who was it? I think China and the UAE did a deal. China, I believe it was, let me see here. China, let me see if we can find that here. Yeah, here we go. Yeah. So let's bring this up. And I reported on this in the past too. But here we got UAE records first digital dirham transaction via Enbridge CBDC. As per the report, Central Bank of the United Arab Emirates initiated 50 million transferred to China. Okay. And this was, I believe this was some sort of oil product, I do believe. I think this was a transfer for oil product. But this again, this has been going on for, they've been de-dollarizing for a few years now, but here's another one. First Abu Dhabi Bank. I think this is the one, the same one. I'm trying to find the product that they sold. But I believe it was an oil product. Anyway, so yeah, that's that. All right, let's go to our history lesson of the day. I ain't got no further to say on that. You guys already know what's going on. You guys are Hoteps. You know what the deal is. I wanna take a look at oh yeah, they had the Sydney church incident this weekend where a pastor was stabbed to death. Not really sure what the details are on that, but it's looking really spooky out here. Wait, where did my video go? Oh, come on, hold on, man. I gotta show y'all this video. Here it is. All right, I had to refresh. All right, this is for all my jingos out there, all my jingos in the chat. Get ready to be triggered. I'm about to lay it on you. Pause. All my jingos in the chat. This is a 4-minute video. You know, anytime I play a 4-minute video, it's going to be spicy. It's going to be challenging. Mikey, thank you for the $5 super. He said, don't forget the world is overpopulated. Crowd benefits. Also true. Also true. How many of those psychopaths secretly enjoy seeing war death figures rising? Hey.
Oh, this a real Hotep, bro.
You know? Yeah, I know. All right, let's start the triggering. We're about to right the wrongs of history. Let's play the tape.
We heard this nasty rumor that we won the Revolutionary War. Ain't true. We did not win it. The last battle that was fought, Cornwallis surrendered the battle, not the war. Proof? About 1 year ago, this document, which I just threw on the floor, came into the country. It was brought in by some folks that I know. It's called the Definitive Treaty of Peace between Great Britain and the United States, signed at Paris, 3 September 1783. It had never been in this country before that. This is what really, really, really happened. You think there was a war? Nah, read this. Listen to this. And again, I've got this stuff available for anybody that wants to look at it later. Here's an introduction. It having pleased the divine providence to dispose the hearts of the most serene and most potent prince. This is somebody that lost a battle is a most potent prince? I don't think so. George III, by the grace of God, listen to this. Here's his titles. King of Great Britain. France. Who did we borrow the money from that helped us win the war? We thought France. Now we owe that money to the King of England? Interesting. Ireland, Defender of the Faith, Duke of Brunswick and Lunenburg, Arch-Treasurer and Prince-Elector of the Holy Roman Empire, Treasurer of the Catholic Church, positions all over, etc. And it goes on and on and on and on and on. What happens is we start looking then at who are the parties to the treaty. We find out the parties to the treaty is.
Yeah, my apologies on the volume on the video, but you know how these old videos are.
This guy named John Adams, comma, Esquire. Does anybody know where you go get an Esquire title? England. I don't think we gave them out. Benjamin Franklin, Esquire. John Jay, Esquire. These were all people who were titled nobility in England, who were negotiating this treaty. And do you know what the treaty really said? The treaty really said it's agreed that everything that England and the people of England and the king and whoever else owned and any obligations that existed before this treaty are still law. The king still owns it. The king still owed all the money. Nothing changed except we could govern ourselves theoretically as long as we paid the rent. Where did that show up in the Constitution? This document actually required us to form a constitution, so we did. And so, where did it show up in the Constitution? Here's a couple places. Section 10. States shall pass no law impairing the obligation of contracts. Oh, so we still owe the money, so the land's still the king's. That's right in the Constitution. Snuck that one by you. Or grant any title of nobility, which means the king is still the one that puts.
Hold on a second. Fact check. Fact check. Let's see. Oh, man. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. It's right there. It's right there. Damn. No title of nobility shall be granted by the United States, and no person holding any office of profit or trust under them shall, without the consent of Congress, accept of any present emolument, office or title of any kind whatever from any king, prince, or foreign state. Okay. Fact check true. Let's go back. You gotta check it. You gotta fact check these shits.
It's all the esquires own all the names of the people who still carry them around in this country and call themselves Americans. Revolutionary War. What was the real reason for the Revolutionary War? Very interesting. Not what.
All right, pop quiz chat. If you read my book, if you watched my streams, you should know the answer to this question. What was the real reason for the Revolutionary War? Shout out Kamar Daniel with the $10 super.
Oh, this a real Hotep brother.
Appreciate you, cuz. What was the real reason for the Revolutionary War? Anybody tell us? Can anybody tell us? What was the real reason for the Revolutionary War? Nailed it. It's just me. Said it was about money. Who? Money. What book is that? Patriot Report, Unmasking the Conspiracy of Money and War. Cannon Hotep said taxes. Come on, Cannon. It's the incorrect answer. Incorrect answer, Cannon. Cannon didn't read my book. I got to send Cannon a copy of my book. We got to get Cannon right. Renee Vogel said taxes. Wrong answer. We got to get Renee a copy of my book. I'm not going to answer it. Vince has Spotless Mind said if the money ain't free, the people ain't free.
Oh, this a real Hotep brother.
Spotless been paying attention. Sandy Fish said we were taught taxes. Yes, you were taught taxes. Taxation without representation. Yeah, that's what they drilled into your brain. Matt Earther said Britain needed a shell company. Uh-oh.
Oh, this a real Hotep brother.
Bingo. Let's go to the tape. Let's see what he says. Let's see if he says what Hotep Jesus has been telling you all along.
What you were taught in school. Real reason for the Revolutionary War. Here's a few quotes from William Manley German.
Somebody in the chat says, doesn't taxes equal money? No, does not.
In a speech to the House of Commons, December 1913. The Rothschilds Bank caused a bill to be introduced in the English Parliament, which provided that no colony of England could issue its own money.
You heard that?
In the English Parliament, which provided that. Here's a few quotes from William Manley German in a speech to the House of Commons, December 1913. The Rothschilds Bank caused a bill to be introduced in the English Parliament, which provided that no colony of England could issue its own money. Thus, they had to use English money. The colonies were compelled to discard their money and mortgage themselves to the Rothschilds Bank of England to get money. Then, for the first time in the history of the United States, money began to be based on debt. Benjamin Franklin stated that in 1 year from that date, the streets of the colonies were filled with the unemployed. Franklin later claimed this was the real cause of the War of Independence. He said the colonies, we heard it was the Tea Act, right? Things like tea tax and stuff. The colonies would gladly have, this is according to Benjamin Franklin, the colonies would gladly have borne the little tax on tea and other matters had it not been that England and the Rothschilds Bank took away from the colonies their money, which created unemployment, dissatisfaction, and debt. And that is the real cause, folks, of the war.
Did everybody hear that? People are asking, who is this guy? Let's see. Let's see if the information is here. I don't see anybody providing that information. I don't see this. Here's a good comment. So true. Pennsylvania colony was the most free nation state in modern era because it was economic republic, had its own Indy money system from 1723 to 1760s when Rothschilds outlawed colonial script. America emerged from 1776 as a political republic with no real econ power as a nation.
Oh, this a real Hotep brother.
And this is, I covered this in my book. You can get it at HotepJesus.com.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
And learn about, the real history of your country. So I don't know who this gentleman is. I just wanted to play that because, this is what I've been trying to tell people about their country. I'm like, you thought the Revolutionary War was about independence. You thought you got independence. You think you're not a colony of Britain and all this other nonsense. And I just got to ask you, and maybe this is my ignorance speaking here, but why can't Congress grant the title of nobility? Are they trying to say that, there's only one place that can do that, and that is UK? Or we can look at the argument on the other side and say that we never want to become a monarchy. So maybe that's why that's there. Just to throw, two arguments, right? I don't want to be one-sided here. You guys know me. I always want to call it down the middle. But the reason for the Revolutionary War was the fact that the states were printing their own money. And according to this gentleman, the Rothschild peoples said, no, no, no. No, no, no. We will not do that. We will not allow you to print your own money. Which brings us right back to meme coins. Why do people, especially the powers that be, hate meme coins? Because they grant this power. Because they grant this power. They grant the power of money making. And they want to have a monopoly on money making. That's why crypto is looked at such a negative light by the powers that be. Because it's like, oh my God, how dare we let people create their own value? But again, I ask you, where does that value come from? Where does that value come from? We were talking about it earlier. Emotions and the various groups that benefit. We can do this with many different markets and industries. It's an emotional thing. Where there is emotion, there is money. I'll repeat myself. Where there is emotion, there is money. So what does that tell you about our world? Where there is no emotion, there is no money. Where there is no emotion, there is no money, which means the majority of the issues in our world can be solved by turning off our emotions. Do not confuse this with being desensitized. Those are two different things. We were talking about emotional intelligence last week. You got to know where to place your emotions. And the fact of the matter is, the majority of people spend much of their time following the theater and say, here's what you should pay attention to this week. Here's what you should pay attention to right now. And that's what they deal in. Distraction industry. Look over here. Don't look over there. Look over here. But if you place your emotions in places like homeschooling, you would see a shift. You placed your emotions in, stay-at-home wives, things would shift. Placed your emotions within the church, things would shift. I was listening to a conversation last week on the Twitter Spaces, and people were talking about the black church. And no institution is going to be perfect. Let's call a spade a spade. No institution is going to be perfect. And people talk about how many of these pastors are on stage and they're wearing luxury garments. They're driving luxury cars, while the people that are in the congregation, many of them are poor. I think there's a bit of balance there. I believe that you can't really judge a pastor based upon the wearing of his luxury. You can't do it. What is a pastor? Is a pastor not merely an entertainer? It's what he is. Why are you at church? Emotions. We saw the attack on the pastor in Australia, and it was graphic. Many people watched it. Why do they want y'all to see that? Is it symbolic? Fact of the matter is, right now, Christians' emotions are being played with. And many people want to challenge the institution of the church. And that's because it's one of the few safe havens from government control. Many churches are tax exempt, and if you want to dodge many restrictions, for example, if you want to get certain types of operations done or procedures done, like a vaccine, you can file for religious exemption, right? So that's what we do with our kids. We file for religious exemption, right? In the Hotep community, that's what we do. We file for religious exemption. What other exemption do you have if the church is not strong? So really what this comes down to is trying to replace your God, okay? So let's come back to the black church. And we're talking about the black church, and we're saying that these pastors are dressed in luxury. Should they not be dressed in luxury? When the rappers dress in luxury, do you complain? When your politicians dress in luxury, do you complain? Why is it these people complaining about the pastor dressing in luxury? Here's the truth of the matter. If the pastor did not dress in luxury, would he be successful? How many people are attending church because they can say, my pastor is fly? His appearance matters. So when he gets on the stage in those Gucci shoes or whatever he's wearing, he understands his audience. He understands this is a show. This is about entertainment. And if he got on stage wearing, let's just say common clothing, has he proven that God has blessed him? But if he gets on stage in Gucci, he's proven the power of God. He's proven the power of God. Let's put that aside, because I do believe some of these pastors do take it too far. I think many of them take it way too far. But if their job is to, and they have one of the most important jobs, help you keep your faith, help you in your communication with God, help you in the understanding, you can't really put a value on that. He deserves to be dressed in royalty, to be dressed in luxury. He deserves that, because this is the guy that is helping you communicate with the Most High, the most powerful entity in the universe. or is the universe, or controls the universe, or was birthed by the universe, or birthed in it, whatever. What they're not doing is they're not looking at the bigger picture. You know, they want to attack the black church for whatever reasons. When really the black church is, and even for white folks, it's like the last place you can really go for some sort of safety net. I just say that because I don't want people who follow me and hear my rhetoric to say, oh, he's not down with the church. I'm definitely down with the church. My kids, every Sunday, they go hang out with church folk. They got some sort of religious youth group, and I put my kids in a religious youth group. Go ahead, brainwash them with the Bible shit if you want. I don't really care. But at the end of the day, I know that it's good, right? Is it a net positive? Yeah, we can figure out the nuances of the Bible and its origins later. I need you to act in accordance with goodness. So you have these religious institutions that do good. And you got to be careful when you start attacking religious institutions. Instead, attack individuals. Say, this pastor, that preacher, that church. Don't come after an entire institution, because then what you're doing is you're falling into the hands of the Marxists. And that's what they want. They want a crippling of the church. Jesus was out here working his behind off. He wasn't Gucci down. Well, unfortunately for Jesus, Gucci wasn't out yet.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
I want to hear your thoughts in today's conversation. You know, have some questions. Call in with your questions. 202-596-5631. 202-596-5631. And I'll be right back after this short, brief commercial break.
Envision a sanctuary where community and sustainability are the cornerstones of living. In this haven, every family is able to grow their own food, children flourish through homeschooling tailored to unlock their full potential, and education extends beyond textbooks, instilling self-worth and a deep understanding of the world around them. Here, goodwill isn't just an ideal, it's the essence of daily life, where respect for law and order harmonizes with the community's resourcefulness. This place isn't just a dream, it's a call to action for everyone who believes in a better, more connected way of living. Join us in building a future where each individual's contributions create a tapestry of enduring harmony and prosperity. Join us in Hotepistan.
Yo, shout out Renee Vogel. Just sent me over the flyer for tomorrow with Crypto Blood. We're gonna be heavy in the crypto talk tomorrow. Don't come to the show tomorrow unless you want to learn about crypto or meme coins and shit. We're gonna get Goldstein in here. I want to get Goldstein's thoughts. He always has really good thoughts on religion and church and all of this stuff. So let's get Goldstein in here and see what his thoughts are on okay, it's updating on this concept, this matter here. Same time, let me go ahead and bring up the Drudge and see how the Drudge is talking about some of the events in our lives here. What does the Drudge say? Oh yeah, Trump in court. They got Laura Luma out there. Laura Luma out there protesting for Trump. Goldstein, what up, bro?
What's happening?
What's happening? Happy Monday, man.
Happy Monday, man.
Mm-hmm.
It seemed like a long ass weekend. It seemed like I don't know if I'm tripping or not. I'm probably ever since that motherfucking CERN portal fired up, it seemed like the week been like 9 days.
Yeah.
Felt like it anyway.
Yeah. This weekend did seem long. You're right. It did seem extra long. Yeah.
From last Monday to this one, it was just like, what the fuck? And it wasn't unpleasant. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
It was just like, what the hell's going on? This shit should have been over.
Exactly.
I don't know. I don't
Exactly.
know.
Exactly.
Anyway,
I enjoyed it though.
yeah. Now, bro, I just listen.
Where you at on this? What's up? What are you thinking about? Iran church? What are you thinking about?
This whole religious thing, right?
Okay.
I don't know. It's one of these things where it's I don't know. Listen, you and I both know teachings in the Bible come from a very old source.
Yeah.
Right? We both know.
Yeah.
The story has been told before. Let's say that. And a lot of the principles there, they seem to line up with some shit that's already been said before as well. Same with the Quran, same with the holy text of the Buddhists and shit. They all kind of point to one source.
Yep.
So, like you said, it's a good thing to know. And that's what I try and kind of convey through what I say when I talk about it, because some people will say, well, you sound like a Christian. Well, I'm not a Christian, but I understand that what that shit says is correct. From my perspective on the shit, it just seems like that same message that needed to be given to humanity was given to people in various languages. And
yes.
if you're trying to talk to people, you got to talk in their fucking language. So I can't sit here and just be like, well, this is what the fuck is going on, when I see that most of these Christian grifters are corrupting that language. It was given to those people. It was given to them for a reason. Everybody who believes in the Christian faith came to the Christian faith through that Bible, one form or fashion. Whether they came about the Bible themselves, whether it was given to them, handed down to them, it was all because of that text. And when you see these Christian grifters corrupting that shit to the degree that they are, you know something bad is happening. So if you're trying to tell them, you got to speak in their language. You can't talk above their head. You know what I mean? You can't get too far off into the shit, into the particulars. You just got to let them know where their actions or their belief systems run contrary to what the scripture said. You know what I mean? And that's it. So that's what I try and do for them, because I'm closer to that culture. I'm not a Muslim, so I can't speak to them, even though I can. You know what I mean? Because it's the same shit. And I've read the Quran, I can't even tell you how many times, but it's not my culture. If I lived in Iran, I'd probably be doing that if I saw them where they're running the foul, because I'm not connected to the culture like that, so I don't know where they're running the foul. I can't. You know what I'm saying? So I speak to the Christian culture. And so having said all that, I say this now. If you're listening and you're connected to Christianity, quit listening to these dumb motherfuckers on Twitter. I'm telling you now, because they ain't got no fucking sense. None. They're completely backwards.
Who are you talking about?
Backwards. All these fucking, I'm a Christian and I stand up for America first, and all these, they ripped off Christianity, but they're corrupting it in the process.
Yes.
Those motherfuckers, don't quit listening to them motherfuckers. Turn back to your book.
Correct.
In these trying times, turn back to your book. I don't give a fuck. How many of y'all even read that motherfucker? And I'm not talking about read it in the sense of I'm going to read this motherfucker a chapter a day because this fucking bookmarker in the library broke it down where I could read it in a year looking at shit. I'm talking about read it like a story. Like, I'm going to get into this and see some shit. You know, y'all just, you know what I mean? So that's all I'm saying about that. You know?
Yeah, and that's why I'm glad you said that, because many of these people are being used to destroy the institution. The same people that are call themselves Christians are bad examples of Christianity, and then people use those people to tear down the institution. This is part of the huge psyop to take down the church, which will be only two remaining institutions on this planet, which will be the synagogue and the mosque. Those are the two remaining ones. Christianity is losing its power. And I think we're starting to see those symbols where you see the gentleman in Australia, the pastor in Australia, get stabbed. Like, a lot of this stuff just looks like symbolism. You see Christianity under attack. And it's going to be many purposes. One of them is to create, some sort of white nationalist uprising. And the other one is, just basically destruction of the institution of the church.
That's it. They're trying to destroy all those shits because, like you said, government control at the end of the day is where they need it.
Yep.
So here's the thing. Coming up next in the development of this bullshit we call reality, right? They're gonna end up winning. I'm telling y'all the story. Spoiler alert right now. Christians are gonna end up winning.
They're gonna end up what?
Crazy right now. They're gonna end up winning.
Okay.
Right? They're gonna end up winning. Not in the way you think. Not in the way they think either.
Mm-hmm.
But over the course of the next maybe 20 years or so, they're going to end up winning and winning big. And man, oh man.
How are they going to win? What do you mean? How do you think they're going to win?
The culture back. They're going to be winning the culture back. It's just going to be this big sweeping fucking feeling of just revival. It's coming. It's coming.
I see what you're saying.
And everybody's going to be swayed and pushed and prodded by their influencers into this new mindset of just, it's coming. And when it does, shoot for the mountains with Rudy. As a matter of fact, where the fuck Rudy been anyway? Holler at Rudy. Shout out to Rudy. I ain't seen you on the timeline. But damn, we coming, bro, because it's going to fall apart. And soon.
Rudy is he going through some shit right now, but we spoke to him last week.
Rudy, prayers up to Rudy, man.
Yeah.
I ain't know, you know what I mean, but yeah, prayers up to Rudy, but yeah, shit, head for the hills, y'all.
Yeah, it's gonna be spooky. I think it's not gonna calm down until afterwards, after November. And up until then, it's just, we're just going to get more stories like this. And yeah, it's going to get pretty nasty.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure that people know the difference between a Christian and the institution of Christianity.
Exactly. If y'all thought the woke left was a motherfucker, boo-hoo. The woke right, they're coming.
Woke right on some other shit right now.
the woke right in their arc right now. The woke right is Iverson crossing over Jordan, which was the woke left. The game done passed the woke ass left by. This young bitch ass motherfucking nigga called woke right is coming up, and he's finna make y'all look crazy. He's gonna turn into a LeBron James, and then ultimately he's just I don't know. We'll see where it goes, though. Let you get back to it.
All right, man. Appreciate you, bro.
Yes, sir. Hotep and Bill.
Hotep and Bill. Goldstein on the check-in. Great words. I got a message here. I don't mean to overstep by texting you now like this, but I want to thank you for the motivation you've given me this past year. I'm just now reading this. Since I started watching your show, I managed to finish my degree, fix my relationship issues, stop myself from sliding into poverty. I was denying myself the power of all sight, but I know now that keeping the eye open is never a one and done thing. Good point. I've been trying my best to watch your show and keep my eye wide open for opportunity. Heck, I'm signing up now for the Apex affiliate program. Dope. So I can make sales to some gym bros I meet at the gym. Overall, thank you, HJ. Your takes are transcendental. You've helped me get in touch with people in a whole new way. Hotep and Bill.
this a real Hotep brother.
Hotep to the homie. I don't know who that is, but you know, changing lives. I love to hear it. I love to hear it. Glad things are going well for you, and I wish you much more prosperity in the future. AOC meme coin just dropped a new video. This is good news for the meme coin. Let's take a look. Probably a good buying opportunity too.
My fellow Americans, I know you are worried about this ongoing conflict in the Middle East. That's why, as of this morning, my colleagues and I have sent $100 billion to Iran, which will be used for Iran's first ever Pronoun Awareness Month. We've also sent an additional $250 billion to pay for climate-friendly missiles and weapons. Because war is bad, but climate-unfriendly war is so much worse.
Shout out to that meme coin AOC. I'll put the hold on, let me get the information for you. And I'll pop it in the chat. You guys can trade it if you want. I think there's the contract address. I think right now is probably a good place to buy. Like if you bought right now and sold in, I don't know, an hour or so, let it go up a few bips, you probably make a good penny. I just copped some more at this dip. It dipped heavy this morning because, you know, most of the stuff was crashing this weekend. So I just copped some more. I'm up on my latest buy right now. I'm going to wait a little bit before I cash that out. But shout out to the AOC meme. Shout out to AOC meme team. We now are mutual followers, so I'm with the AOC gang. And it's going to come back to another investing tip, right? So this comes from, I think, Warren Buffett. Warren Buffett says, never buy anything that you wouldn't mind holding for 10 years. Now, I damn sure ain't holding on no meme coin for 10 years, but I think what a lot of people mention is you want to buy stuff that you believe in, right? Something that's on brand for you, right? So when I buy the meme tokens, I'm not just buying anything, although I have made flips on some things that I haven't mentioned. AOC is very much within my brand. I've made her part of my brand several years ago before everybody hopped on that bandwagon. I was like the first person to come out and be like, I know I'm hanging out with the right wingers, but I got a crush on AOC, right? And I was unpopular at the time. Still probably is, but many people have stolen that grift and ran with it. And now it's not taken. Now it's taken much more lightly. But because AOC is in my wheelhouse, I'm a fan of AOC, not her work. I'm a fan of AOC, the human being. I was like, I got to pump the coin. I got to pump the shit coin. So I'm pumping the shit coin, AOC. Make sure y'all go get some. Hurry up and get some now before the next rise. Who is this?
Call from
Keto.
Yo, who this?
It's Keto, Chicago, man. What up, Hotep?
What up, Chicago? What's going on, bro?
Not much, man. Just love the show. Love what you do, the message you spread, man.
Thank you.
Church, man. Something that, I got into about a little bit over a year ago, just kind of reconnecting with faith. And the main thing is the community, man.
Correct.
That's really all it is. Not only do I go to services on Sunday, during the week, I'm meeting up with these guys. We chopping it up about life, and it's really beneficial to have community. Outside of the things I was doing before, which is going out partying, all that. So it's a net good, man. It's a net good, and I try to talk about it as much as possible.
I think you nailed it when you said community, right? That's the thing I missed. You're absolutely right. It's that community that exists in that church, and the pastor is providing that opportunity. And so many great things come from that community. Yeah, I could sit here and list all day, but that's what they don't want. They don't want organization. They don't want communities. And that's something the church does provide. That's a great point, man. It's nothing like, I remember, I went to a funeral. My great aunt passed, my grandmother's sister. And I went to the funeral, and we was at the church that I grew up in. It's a AME church. And seeing some of the faces I haven't seen, since I was a young boy, it really hit home and resonated with me emotionally. And, like when I saw the sis there, and she recognized me since I was a little boy, and she doubled up the mac and cheese on my plate because she remembered since I was a young boy, I love macaroni and cheese, and then just looking at all the pictures on the wall and, all the different pastors that passed through there was funny because I was looking up at the different pastors on the wall, and I'm like, hold up. I think that's my homeboy's mom's. So I took a picture and I texted him. I was like, "Yo, ain't this your mom?" He like, "Yeah, she used to preach in that church." So I love the community that comes from church, and yeah, it's a really nice vibe. I actually want to join a church.
Yeah, I mean, I highly recommend it, man. It's you got community, so there's a lot of people out here that don't. And,
yeah.
So if I see somebody who's struggling, who's seems like they're alone, lonely, I'm gonna talk to them about it. But yeah, it's interesting you talk about your childhood, because what I always wonder is like, what brings people away from the church so much? And you kind of touched on it, the institution of it. But I don't know how people who have that viewpoint can't see that it is that net positive. I get stumped up on that.
Yeah. So, Hollywood has done a good job to denigrate the church, right? Like, there are so many positive pastors out there, but Hollywood and TV shows choose to have pastors who, take money bribes from politicians or, sleeping with some of the church members, right? That type of vibe. But I think there was a huge push for atheism. And I think a lot of that, like questioning God and God's power, and then the history of, the Crusades, but I think a lot of it is Marxism and communists who often follow a faithless path. Have put on, various marketing campaigns, and made the church unpopular, made following Christ unpopular. And I'm not really a fan of it, but again, I think the institution needs to be there.
Yeah, absolutely. I can go all day about this, but yeah, man, just wanted to it's something on my heart, man. So I just wanted to call in, let you know, appreciate what you're doing, man, and keep spreading the good word, man.
I appreciate you, man. How are you?
Yes, sir. Hotep and Bill.
Hotep and Bill. Shout out to my good church folk out there in Chicago. Chicago want to check in. We're gonna get Justine calling in. Justine calling. Let's get Justine in here. She's checking in on us. As you see right here, I call myself the DEI of Wall Street. Made 100% gains on the meme coin. Here go right here. You go to my you can use my affiliate link. Actually, let's go ahead and pop that affiliate link in the chat for all my degens, or soon to be degens. Let's see here. Yeah, boom. You can use my affiliate link, sign up. But you see right there, proof of concept, proof of work, 100% gains on the meme coin. That was easy work.
Call from Justine.
Justine, what's up, love?
Hey, what's up, y'all? So I wanted to call
Justine
about
Ellison?
when the comments about the pastor, and so the problem with flashy pastors is that it's pretty much the opposite of what we're called to do as people that are set apart, okay? Like, you could say Christians, but I consider myself a Bible believer, and I follow Christ. I live for Christ. I try to glorify Christ. So when you use other tactics to boost your popularity, you're basically saying, my God isn't big enough. My God isn't have enough power. My God isn't loving enough. My God isn't enough. So I have to deviate from what I know and what I've been called to do, right? We're not supposed to be, a pastor is not supposed to be above anybody. A pastor, like my pastor, he will straight out tell us, like, I don't ever want to be looked at as better or above. We're all learning from each other. We all have the same goal, glorifying God. So the problem is that when we want to see, like all these, like a lot of churches are doing these days, oh, we want to include everybody. So what we're going to do is we're going to bend what we know, right, to let everybody fit in. That's an excuse. Like, if you look at the book of Daniel, you don't deviate from what you believe. You don't deviate from God. It don't matter if it costs you your life. Like, that's when you really believe. That's not saying, oh, I'm a Christian. Yeah, I go to church on Sunday, and I know about 5 talking points that I could just say all day. Oh, I'm a Christian, though. Oh, Jesus is love. Jesus is king. But y'all don't, but they don't really live it. And like you said, so then what they do is they run around here and make everybody else look bad. And they make everybody else look like hypocrites. When the truth is, like, yeah. So that's not always the case. So, but with the flashiness and stuff like that, I just feel like it's a really fine line. Like my pastor and his wife, they drive I don't know, like a Land Rover or something. Like they have a nice truck, and I'm sure, they have a decent house and everything. They're not living like bums or living, like with nothing. But they also know what's important, right? They also know that it's not, because look at the people in the Bible. Look at King Saul. Look at all the major people in the Bible. Most of them, they've all had a time where they backslid. Because why? Because they got too big for their britches. Because they forgot who's God. They forgot they forgot humility, right? It's all about them now. It's all about control now. So it falls right into the worldly ways. So we don't go to church when people say, oh, their band was so good. That music was so great. Yeah, that's good that y'all have good music. But it's not a rock concert, and it's not all about the music. It's about glorifying God. So when you lose that, and then you're trying to lead people supposedly to God, are you leading them to God? Are you really serving one another in you know what I'm saying, in God's way, or are we turning it our way? So
wait, Dan, the band is under attack now too?
No, I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is, you got to look at it on a deeper level sometimes. When it becomes, in anything in this world, when it becomes more important than God, right, that becomes idolatry. That's what I believe, as far as for myself and people that believe what I believe, right? So that could be being a parent. That could be your kids. That could be stuff that we normally would look at like, oh, I'll die for them, and we would. But at the same time, a real believer is going to work on separating everything else from God and the glory of God. So I'm not saying bands are under attack. We have music at our church, and I love it. But I'll give you an example. One of the elders, I go to a small congregation. He decided he was going to step down. He had to go back and do it again because some people moved. But he decided that his focus was drifting away from God and too much into performing the music. And so he decided to take a break. So what I'm saying is there's nothing wrong with music, but when you're, you know what I'm saying, when it's all about the music and you're spending so much money on this and that, but yet you're not serving your brothers and sisters around you on a personal level, it just becomes a form of idolatry. So.
Yeah, so you're basically saying, you're swapping, the band for, the greater meaning of all of this, right? So I agree that makes sense, right? But I don't know. I don't disagree with what you said. However, I do think the band is a huge part of it. I think the music creates a better atmosphere in the church. The music is an important part of it. I feel like the music opens up portals to the heart and really helps the message penetrate your body, and people get up and dancing and all of that stuff. I really feel like it can put you in a transcendental state sometimes, but the music's definitely a strong aspect. But you're right, if it's all about the band and everything else is missing, then it's all for naught.
You're right. Yeah. I think it could go with anything. We can always, like, if I'm not careful. So if I'm stressing about money, if I'm stressing about what's going to happen with this, if I'm stressing about things and I've prayed about it, then what I'm doing is I'm saying that, or I don't know if that's a good example, but basically anything can turn into a form of idolatry if internally I'm more worried about myself, or more worried about how it's going to. If we're more, you're either self-serving or serving God, right? That's how I see myself.
I like that. You're either self-serving or serving God. I like that.
Yeah. So, like, we're all human. Like, I'm not perfect. I'm so, like, I got issues. But at the same time, like, it's just a part of, like, it's kind of like an internal thing. And then, of course, that's going to come out on your external. So I think it's fine that people dress nice and everything like that. I just think maybe not him, just I think in general as people, when, once again, we're either self-serving or serving God. So we got to try to keep it on the serving God side if we're going to represent that.
I agree 100%. Absolutely. Shout out to your family, your church, and all that. I wish y'all the best in these tumultuous election year times.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
God bless you. God bless
You're
everybody
Justine in the
listening.
chat, right?
Yes.
All right, word. Good to put a voice to everything.
All right.
All right, ladies.
Awesome. Well, y'all have a blessed day. Bye-bye.
Such an eclectic crowd. Who is this? I don't know if this person's sinner. He said, like, there's channels for different people. There are pastors for different people. Yeah. Some people, I'm gonna be honest with you. If I go to your church, man, and you just talking, I need you to have a band, man. I need some music in my shit. If I'm gonna be sitting there, I need to have fun. I'm not even gonna hold you. Preacher got to be entertaining. That was the one thing I hate about Catholic Church. Catholic Church, it was over in an hour, so I love that. It was quick. Get in there, you eat your chips, drink your wine, and then everybody, shakes hands and we fucking go home, right? I love that. Black church, we gonna be there 2-3 hours. Hated that the kid, but afterwards we was playing, running around. We had food, we had drink, and the music was, a big part of that. So the music makes a 2 to 3 hour session not seem as long. But yeah, I'm gonna need the pastor to be on point. My cousin's got a church. I got a cousin who just turned pastor, and he's got a church out in Hillside. I'll get some more information on that. Y'all can join him at his congregation. But yeah, he's entertaining. He's very entertaining, and he just did the funeral for my great aunt and did a phenomenal job. He made that funeral breeze right by. If you bought AOC when I told you to, you up right now, by the way. And I would probably sell in the 2s. I'm looking at a sell point of about 22, or what is that? 21.8. That's what I'm looking at. Probably gonna take a little while before we get there, but it's okay. And I got a meta chat. I'm in all these different chats right now that are sending plays, but I'm at the point now where I'm finding a place on my own, and that's a really great place to be. I might have got out of that play too early, but I still made money. I'm not mad. It's still going up, that one play. All right, let's go back. See what the drudgery got for us, and then we're gonna get out of here. So wait, Don faces 34 felony accounts. Damn. They're trying to smack him with the book. Cannon texting me. We'll see what Cannon talking about. Oh, my back. You think so? I don't think that was her, Cannon. I don't think that was her. Shout out to Charlene Shares with the $10 super. Appreciate you. Can I like adjust the super? See, I wish I could adjust the super to take into account where we're at right now. And I could add that on. It would be dope if I could do that. Unfortunately, I can't. But shout out to Charlene. Appreciate you. Thank you for the super. I'm sorry, the Cash App. Oh man, I hadn't been in the gym this weekend, and I went back in the gym today, and you know, I like to start my weeks off with squat day and back. You know, the squat and back kind of goes together because you gotta have a strong back to really back to squat. And now my back is killing me. Trump media shares another plunge after company files to issue additional stock. What's the ticker on that? DJT, right? Okay, let's take a look. Let's see a good buy point for DJT. Let me see if I can pick a good buy point. Hold on. Oof. All right, how long has this thing been out? I might have to go to Trading View. Let's see if it's on Trading View. Let me see here. Here we go. Let's take a look here. All right. Damn, this sucker was up to 100 at one point. So yeah, I didn't participate early on because most stocks they ICO or IPO and then people usually dump. So we got a high, I would say somewhere around $100. And we got our crash today. What are we looking at here? Let's go to the 1-day chart and really take a look at this. I wouldn't pay any more than like, I would say anywhere between $15 and $18 for this stock. I wouldn't pay any more than that. What's the bottom here? 12. I would probably, if I saw a drop below 12, I would buy. Like I would set a buy limit of $12, $11.99, something in that range. But it's crashing now, so we're gonna see what happens. All right, let's go back. So I guess it's reacting. I guess Trump's stock would react to news of his trial, I guess. So news of his trial, it's 36 count, so it's dumping. So I guess the day that he beats it is the day to sell. I'm a guess. Always sell the news, y'all. Always sell the news. Buy the drama, sell the news. Okay? Buy the drama, sell the news. I wish it was a meme coin. I would trade it. But I don't do. All right, so AOC is flying. If you bought when I told you to buy, you up right now on the AOC stock. If you bought when I told you to buy, you up right now. Come on, baby. Keep going. Keep going, baby. Mama need new shoes. All right, let's go back. What else is here? RFK says he was asked to be VP. That's interesting. Asked by who? Who asked him to be VP? Okay, Trump circle. Interesting. Okay. Now, something else funny happened this weekend. What was it last week? Yeah, last week we had Trump and company doing the fried chicken thing. And then this weekend, you know, people were talking about the White House. And hold on, let's bring this up. So the White House issued this, right? They brought out the cast from A Different World. They came in and they met with Kamala. And this was, you know, I guess this is them angling for the HBCU support. Last week we saw, you know, President Trump communicating with HBCUs. So this seems to be their reply, the HBCU situation. And then we had here Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre tap dancing. And I just want to point something out. The light-skinned brother, I forget his name on the show. He looks uncomfortable. And I'm trying to read body language. He knows this is cooning. Look at him. Or does he not remember the name of the words of this song? He's trying to look into it. But notice how the black men usually aren't into this shucking and jiving. It's always the women like, oh yeah, I gotta be into this. It's very cringe. It is very cringe. But I guess this is their black play for the HBCU support. I don't know. So we're going to have to keep an eye on that front. All right, let's go back to the Drudge. What else we got here? The UFC was highly entertaining. Did y'all watch the UFC shit? The UFC was crazy. Like, all the fights were so good. The Chinese girls fighting was good. Another cat, he squared off. He said, stand right here, let's slug. And they went at it and he knocked dude out with a second left on the clock. And then Pereira knocked that dude out. He was like, chill, I got this. Don't stop this fight. I'm about to wear his ass out. And he just stepped forward, boom, hit him with that left uppercut on the cheek, and that was all she wrote. Pereira's on a hell of a run right now. Izzy, I don't know if Izzy, you know what my issue with Izzy is? I think he's scared of Pereira. I think he's legitimately afraid of his power and ability to just be so tough. But I'm ready for the next Izzy fight. Ready for the next Izzy versus Pereira fight. But I think Pereira's got some other people he's fighting before then. Before we set that back up. And Izzy's got to prove himself. Didn't Izzy just get put to? Didn't some dude just beat Izzy? Yeah, $300K bonus for the fight night. Yeah, that was insane. Yeah, Holloway Gate, that was it. What else we got here? Clarence Thomas absent from Supreme Court session. Get off his nuts. American anti-war activists cheer for Iran's war. We talked about that grifting earlier. Tesla lays off 10% of workers. Tesla shares have been dumping, bro. FBI, I've made more money off meme coins than I have from Tesla.
Oh, this a real Hotep brother.
I've made more money off of meme coins than a Tesla stock. I need Elon to do better. I mean, if Elon just ran his companies and stopped fucking tweeting, he might be all right, yo. He's just doing too much fucking performance. Chill the fuck out, bro. You're a billionaire. If I was a billionaire, you know, one of y'all would be running my Twitter account. I'm like, yo, I'd just be like, yo, who want to run my Twitter account this week? I'm working in Hotepistan. I don't have time for it. The fuck? FBI opens criminal investigation into the Baltimore Bridge. Let's look at that. Well, like, what the fuck are you about to investigate, really, FBI? Well, what are you going to do? 6 members of the work crew Wait, what? Okay. Body's been recovered. Officials. So they're investigating the power issue. Okay. All right. I just wanted to see what they were investigating. And a lot of people call for that. A lot of people said, oh, go investigate. How come there's no investigation? There's no investigation. Why is there a late investigation? Makes it even spookier. CNN ending Charles Barkley and Gayle King talk show. I saw this. So the pair gave off their final sign-off last week on King Charles, a weekly talk show on CNN rolled out last year that was described at the time as a limited series. Show featured King and Barkley offering commentary and interviews on a wide variety of issues. Primetime program, which was launched just months after the ouster of CNN CEO, blah, 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 blah. Barkley last fall joked about how the show might perform with the network's audience, clipping during earlier that we hope you all like the show. Nobody wants to watch Gayle King and Charles Barkley. Is this not something we want to watch? Like, who's really watching that? And the thing is, like, Charles Barkley, like, Charles was a great basketball player. Charles is a funny guy sometimes. Talk show host? No. Now he I'm trying to figure out a way to say this respectfully. Boom, they go to bang. Oh, she jumped. AOC jumping. AOC is pumping.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
If you bought when I told you to buy, you up right now. You up. I just showed you the buy point. Shout out to the people that bought the AOC when I told you to. Hey, watch this show just for the plays. I'm going to tell you what to buy. You can sell at this point if you want. I'm waiting for the twos though. What was I talking about? See how I just lost my train of thought just that fast, thinking about this money. But yeah, CNN, I mean, why are these shows failing? Why is Don Lemon failing? Why? And I think it's because America isn't as progressive as people like to make it seem. And even the people that want to be down with the progressive movement, deep down inside, they know it's bullshit. They know deep down inside, their subconscious mind tells them, I don't want to watch this show. It's not interesting. They'd rather hate watch than to watch that show. The Gayle King, to me, she's just a black male assassinator, right? Like when she interviews you, you know your career is about to go downhill. We saw that with R. Kelly and others, although R. Kelly did it to himself. He never should have taken that Gayle King interview. That was suicide. That was setting yourself up for failure. But I don't. All right, here's the nice way to say it. I don't think that Gayle King or Charles Barkley have enough insight to conduct a great interview. I don't think they have enough insight to know who to put on the show. And then the people that they put on the show, because of political correctness, doesn't make for great entertainment. It's just, there's nothing interesting about the progressives. There's absolutely nothing interesting about progressivism. And because of the whole PC culture on the left, you can't bring anybody up there to challenge minds because, all of the guests that they're going to bring up there, I mean, like really, like they're all going to be fearful. So everybody's going to play it safe, and safe just doesn't make good content. But I don't think the two of them are capable of finding the right talent. What they should have did was, if they wanted ratings, they should have called me up. That's what they should have did. They should have called me up and I would have volunteered to get canceled, and I would have went on there and I would have said everything you're not supposed to say. I would have taken the L, and it would have been a net win for me. But they would have wrote probably articles about me again, because every time I go on a major network, they write articles about me. That shit's so weird, yo. It's so weird. Every time I go on a big platform, here go the media. Hotep Jesus said this on the platform. Oh my God, he represents menoforder.com. Look what menoforder.com represents. It's like, damn, bro. Like, the team sent me another article that they wrote. The left just be on my ass. Anyway, but that's the thing. Like, people are afraid of blogs. I'm not afraid of no fucking blog. Like, or a blog says something. Ooh, how does it like really affect my life? So the left, when they have these shows, they're so busy playing it safe. And a thing is, when you play it safe, you're not being genuine. So you can't even create genuine art. So Charles Barkley, who used to have controversial opinions, now is no longer controversial. So he's not even exciting to watch anymore, because, he not going to stand up and say, I don't think women should participate, men should participate in men's sports. We saw what happened in the track meet this weekend, right? Let's bring that up so we can see that for the people that didn't see it. Let's see. Here we go. Let's bring this up. This shit is hilarious. So there's a trans girl. I don't know what the fucking correct terminology is. And this is the race that they had this weekend, or whenever this race was. Watch them smoke their asses. Here he is in the red. I think this is the 200 meter, they said. Hauling ass. Look at him. Go, Joanna. Go, Joanna. Let's go, Joanna. Look at that motherfucker run. Here come the girls. Who's that? Is that the 7th lane one? I think the girl in the green one. I'm not sure. Look at this nigga. Ha! Ha ha! This motherfucker look like he just got out of wrestling camp. Right? Like, this is what's going on in our world. And who's going to be the first person on TV to step up and say no? It won't happen. And Charles has to have those, he's got to have those kahunas. He's got to come out and he's got to say it. And that would have saved the show. That would have saved the show. If Charles would have just came out and said, yo, that question they asked Dawn, I'm going to answer it. The answer is no. And because these people are the PC, because this is what PC does, like political correctness culture creates milquetoast people, and milquetoast people are corny, yo. And nobody wants to watch that shit. That's why Gutfeld is still #1, because they're not bound by these rules of, extreme PCism. I mean, I tone it down when I go on Gutfeld, mostly because half the shit I say is going to go over people's heads. Because of the audience. So I have to dumb it down a little bit and play a little bit more. But at least I can, be a bit controversial on that show. I'm sorry. I had a second thought. So my second thought was, I can't believe I'll be on TV. That is just talk show too. That was my dream as a kid. I'm sure I told you guys this before. My dream as a kid was to be on a talk show, a late night talk show, specifically. Bucket list checked off, specifically. Anyway, but that's why Charles' show failed, because the left doesn't allow you room to be human. It doesn't allow you room to have opinions. It's a prison. You're a political prisoner on the left. On the right has a political prison too. But the one on the left is just very gulagish. See, the one on the right, let's talk about this. Let's break down the difference between, and maybe we need to bring out our trusty spreadsheet here. All right. Let's bring this back up. Let's work through this. What are the difference between the political correctness of the right, right? So over here we have correctness, right? And then over here we'll have, let's say we'll have the left. We'll put the left on the left, right? And then we'll put the right on the right. Right. So let's deal with consequences specifically, right? Because there's a lot that goes into this. Let's just deal with consequences, right? What are the, oh my God, consequences. What are the consequences? Sorry, consequences from the left, right? So, loss of income is what most people fear. It's a huge, massive loss of income, right? Especially if you're relying upon sponsors or the music industry. Smear or yellow journalism, right? What are the other consequences from the left as we start to build out the right? Because with the right, you know, it seems to me with the right, it's more about I think with the right, it's more about becoming the out group, right? So you get, what do they call it when they send you off to be alone? They did it to Napoleon Bonaparte. Exiled. You get exiled, right? And on the left, you deal with exile as well, right? You can definitely deal with exile here. Death threats. You can get death threats, right? You can get attacked. It's a lot that goes into it, and this is what people are afraid of. You could also say not only loss of income, but loss of opportunity. Right? I got one too many L's in there. On the right, you have a little bit of smear or yellow journalism. You saw it happen to Candace, right? Where she dealt with that. But I would say, you know, on the left, you deal with way more consequences and ones that really begin to hit home, especially loss of income. This is a big one. This is a big one, right? So because the risks are so much higher on the left, you don't get honest content. And people know, you know, when you're not being honest. If they don't know consciously, they know subconsciously you're not being honest. You're not being real. You're not giving them all that you could give them. They're being shortchanged. And they know this. Their subconscious mind knows this. It can pick up on it. So you're just at a higher risk with the left. You get doxxed. Yeah, it's another one. Right. Here come Uncle Hotep. Uncle Hotep been on Drake's nuts all weekend, and that's just not where you want to be. Unc's always on the wrong side of these things. We really got to tighten up his hip hop opinion. He just hasn't read the room. You know, he always chooses the coon side of things. So of course he's in here riding Drake's nuts. You know, that's what he does. Rides Drake's nuts all weekend. Pause. Facts. But I think that's why Charles' show flopped, man. That's why his show flopped. Absolutely ridiculous. Nobody wants to hear the left talk. They have nothing to say. And I'm still waiting for somebody on the left to say no. All we got is the Harry Potter chick. She the only one that said no. To the trans people playing in the women's sports. She the only one. Apple faces worst iPhone slump since COVID. Spells bad. No. I mean, Apple just hasn't put out any good product. That's all that comes down to. Every fucking iPhone since like, I don't know, 12 has been the same. Damn, they had a second stabbing? What? Another one in or is the one we reported on earlier the second one? Damn. They really got the Christians on the fucking ropes. Man arrested for pizza dough battery. He whooped somebody's ass with pizza dough. That's an ass whooping right there, boy. Get your ass whooped with pizza dough. I know that shit hurt. Getting slapped with pizza dough gotta hurt. That's insane. All right, let's check science.com. We'll check the trends and then I'm gonna get out of here. I told you I wanted to enjoy the sun today. Science.com is not going to let me go there directly, so we have to go to Google first and then to science.com. I don't know why. Let's see if there's anything good here. What is this? Humanoid robots. They're recycling the same stories. I was a lonely PhD student until I learned to build community at work. All right. Yeah, they got nothing new. All right, let's check the trends and then we'll get out of here. Don't forget, tonight, 8 p.m., I'll be live with Uncle Hotep. We're going to be talking this Drake hip-hop beef. We're gonna figure out, we're gonna get to the bottom of this over here. You know, Unc's over here talking about 1-0 Drake. Meanwhile, the Drake record's not even real. It's AI. So Drake still has not responded. So I don't know why we're championing him. Let's go to the trends. Let me check on my stock too. My meme coin. Slowing down a little bit, but I think we still got more room to grow. We got a little bit more room to grow, y'all. You could cash that out though. If I was y'all, I would cash out here. If you got the AOC meme stock, did anybody in the chat get the AOC meme stock when I told you to? Did you get it when I told you to? Anybody? Because you up right now. If you sell right now, you're up. I don't know, like at least 50%. Best of the internet be 2 hours long. Unc fell for the crossover AI. I'm copyrighting that. I like that. Yeah, he fell for the crossover, bro. So we back tonight, patreon.com/HotepBenToldYou. That link is in the description box below, where you also get to watch the unedited version of the Grifties. Edited version will be released to the public in the near future, but in the meantime, you can watch the unedited version on patreon.com/HotepBenToldYou. Golden Gate Bridge, they still got that thing shut down for the protesters. Damn, look at that. That's crazy. That's insane. Stop the war for Gaza. Amazing how the Iran conflict, I know they're in the same boat, but what the fuck Iran got to do with Gaza? I know it's in the same, region and all of that, and they're all like on the same side or whatever. But how come Iran doesn't take the Palestinians?
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
So, any opportunity they can, the grifters are going to come out. The NGOs, the Soroses, they're going to deploy their assets. But I'm gonna tell you right now, this was my car right here. They not stopping me, bro. I'm telling you right now, we moving. If I got somewhere to be, if I don't, I'm gonna get out and grift. You better believe it. I probably would get out and grift though. I'd probably get out and start interviewing everybody. What is this? Brooklyn Bridge. Stay out on the Brooklyn Bridge too. Damn. Absolute mess. All cause of nothing. A couple of rockets get fired, not a scratch on a single Israeli, and now they out here protesting for Gaza. J.K. Rowling trending. Then when I just talking about her? I was just talking about her. Why is she trending? What she say? On March 13th, I tweeted that J.K. Rowling is a Holocaust denier. That allegation was false and offensive. I have deleted it and apologized to J.K. Rowling. What? How do you make a mistake like that? J.K. Rowling, here she is. She says, I'm astounded by this comment. One of the gender ideologues' favorite slogans is no debate. Opponents have been attacked, vilified, subject to discipline at work, had their lives overturned, and lost their careers, all for the crime of wanting a debate. Yo, J.K. Rowling's the last of the real niggas, man. Sonia Appleby, an experienced psychotherapist working at the now discredited Tavistock Clinic, was monstered for raising concerns. Damn. See how the black woman always go down? Black woman raised her, hey, look, man, I don't know if we should be doing all this child gender stuff. Got rid of her black ass. A tribunal found that her professional reputation had been damaged and prevented from her proper work on safeguarding. Man, we just talked about this. Loss of income, loss of opportunity. Remember we talked about that? That's how the left moves. They control the industries. Sue Evans, a nurse who also worked at Tavistock, was extremely worried that children were being harmed. Tried to raise the alarm. She took concerns to management, but was alienated and subsequently left for the sake of her own mental health. She's got a list of people here. She's talking about getting canceled, basically for speaking out against this. Where did this come from? People do understand that, but there is very real issues around there are very real issues around the impact of puberty blockers on long-term health. But the point I was making is that it is and always has been possible to debate these things, and those saying there was no debate are wrong, says Kirsty Alsop with 432,000 followers. So J.K. Rowling's keeping it alive. Remember we talked about people on the left. Somebody on the left has to say no. Where are they? The Nazis burnt books on trans healthcare and research. Why are you so desperate to uphold their ideology around gender? J.K. Rowling says, how? How did you type this out and press send without thinking? I should maybe check my source for this because it might have been a fever dream. So this is what they're attacking her for? Calling her a Holocaust denier? For what? You are J.K. Rowling witnessing a Holocaust. Really weird. Really weird. And it's not really that I don't think it's a big controversial opinion to say no to these people in women's sports. It should not be that. They're arguing over Nia Long's haircut. What's Keanu Reeves? So we got another movie coming. What's he talking about? Keanu Reeves has been cast as Shadow in Sonic 3. I don't even know there's a such thing as Shadow. What's good to watch on TVs these days? Or when I decide to, why is Adderall chinning? Take a load off and not think about anything. Trump trial. Sleepy Don. They said Trump in court sleeping. What else he supposed to do? I'd be sleeping that motherfucker too if y'all was wasting my time. I'd be fast asleep too. Said he fell asleep in court. That's how much he respects your charges. This is, you know what this face says? It just says unbothered. That's what this says. It says unbothered. That's what this face says. Did anybody get the AOC coin? Diamond J says, hell no. Jabari said, I don't even know how to buy meme coins. I need a tutorial. This Thursday, you're going to get destroyed, says Unc. Pause. Ew. Limitless Power with the $16 super.
Oh, this a real Hotep brother.
Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Y'all fighting over here? HJ wanted to be Johnny Carson. No, I didn't want to be the host. I wanted to just be on the show. You know? I didn't want to be the host. Shout out to my rumblers. I don't invest in short-term investments. All right, y'all want a tutorial on how to buy meme coins? All right, I'm going to give you a tutorial on how to buy meme coins. First thing you need to do is, excuse me. Me back. You need to get one of these. And there's multiple ways to do it. But the first thing you need to do is you need to get one of these. Get you a Phantom wallet. Okay? Once you get you a Phantom wallet, you're going to go over to, you're going to type in Photon Tiny Astro. Okay? And then, well, it's not going to bring you to this screen, but this is the AOC jump off. And hold on a second. So I told you guys to buy here. No, here. Yeah, right around here somewhere. I think I told you guys to buy, and it's up. Oh wait, no. Where did I tell you to buy? At 12. Where's 12? Yeah, you guys bought somewhere around here. Anyway, so you go to the Photon, then you just send your you got to have Sol. If you guys got Coinbase, you can buy Solana on Coinbase. You send it. You could actually just send it directly, I guess. You could probably send the Solana. You don't even need the Phantom wallet, I don't think. Actually, no, you do need the Phantom wallet because you have to connect it here. You have to connect the Phantom wallet to create an account. But I think you can send the Solana directly to your wallet. Yeah. So yeah, and you go to Photon, and then you got to have the right contract address or CA. You pop the CA in there, in here. So in this case, I'm gonna type in like AOC, and then that's the one right there, Alexandra, and then you'll see the chart pop up. And this is what we've been trading. Yeah. So I wanted to hit the 2s, but you could sell now if you want. You're still going to make money. Get a couple of bips. But you just need Solana, a Phantom wallet, and Photon Tiny Astro, and then connect the wallet. And then once you got Solana, you can start trading. It's that simple. And AOC is still moving up. Still moving up. Light Bright winning the rap beef. I know he's sick. It's not even a real diss. Can you use the Pally wallet for meme coins? Yes and no. Depends on what network. If you're on Syscoin network, Syscoin has meme coins too. There's a meme coin out right now. Cash, I think it's called something Cash, Akash, something like that. But they have a meme coin, so technically you can use Pally Wallet for meme coins. But a lot of the hot stuff is on Solana right now. Yeah, Phantom Wallet. Black Fountain says, I don't invest in short-term investments. And that's a good idea. You probably shouldn't. It's probably not a good idea. But for somebody like myself, who is a, I don't know. I can just look at shit and I can kind of look at the chart and just tell goodbyes. I don't know how. I haven't taken any course. I can just kind of look at it and be like, I'll buy at this price. If it hits this price, I'll buy. If it doesn't hit this price, then I just won't be a part of the game. You know what the key to the trading shit is? The key to the trading shit is it's like anything else. It's a practice in sticking to your plan and not being overcome by emotions, right? Your plan is, I will buy at this price and I will sell at this price, and sticking to that and not making like knee-jerk emotional reaction. You don't want emotional reactions in trading. There should be no emotional reactions in trading. You buy low and you sell high. It's just that simple. But it just comes back to, set a plan, stick to your plan. Don't allow emotions to get the best of you. We hit our super chat goal. You guys are absolutely amazing. I appreciate you. Damn, Jeff, it's on Sunday. We got a game on Sunday. Jazzy. Damn, I wanted to go to that shit too. It's right around the corner. It's right there, man. Hopefully the game gets canceled. If the game gets canceled, we'll be in there. We'll be there. We will be there. What's Uncle Hotep in the chat talking about? This nigga's still rooting for these light-skinned niggas. On Post Chain, you can make trades as low as $5 or $10 and still make profits. Well, with Solana, I mean, I got my kids doing penny trades because I got the kids practicing. That's how I ended up in the meme coin shit. Nah, I'm lying. Kind of lying, kind of telling the truth. Because what happened was this. My internet was down, right? So I had to do something else with my time, right? And I ended up paying more attention to my degen chats, my crypto chats. And then I ended up inside one of these David Gokhstein Twitter spaces. And I was in Stacky's Twitter space with Six. And it was really Stacky's fault in Six. She was just like, Hotep, why are you not in this? And, I told her, like, it's not my philosophy to trade. And she's like, yo, it's easy money, bro. And I was just like, you guys know my rule. There are different types of opinions, right? There's two basic types of opinion. One is a qualified opinion. One is unqualified opinion. So if a crypto person that I trust says, yo, this is easy money, you need to get in, I listen and just follow. When Crypto Wendy Yo told me to do X, Y, and Z, I did X, Y, and Z for the most part, right? So I was like, all right, fine, I'll get in. And then it turned into, well, if I'm going to get in, I got to make sure the kids get in, because I made the joke on one of the Twitter spaces that, it piggybacked on somebody else's joke, but they said, yo, honestly, you got a bunch of adults trading against kids. Like, there's super smart 15-year-olds that are kicking your ass in meme coin trading. So I was like, I made a joke off of that, and I was like, yo, I'm about to just give my Solana to my kids. So we did a lesson, a whole cryptocurrency lesson this weekend. I had them reading charts. I had them, studying Wix and all of that shit. And then I sent them some Solana. And then I told them, look, when you get good with the current Solana I sent you, give me some money and I will give you Solana, because I want them trading with their own money. That way they know the decisions that they are making are real, right? And that changes things. See, when you're playing with other people's money, you're not trading how you would normally trade. But when you trade with your money, oh, now you're trading. You know what I'm saying? So I gave them the coins, and then in doing that, I ended up becoming a fucking degen over the weekend. And just making plays. And she was right. This shit's too fucking easy. I mean, just this morning, like real quick before the show, that's why I was late today. A quick 5%, 6%, 5.99, a quick 8%, and then another quick 12%. This Habibi play, I probably could have played a little longer. It's still going. So I got out and got 12%. I probably could have got way more. It's still moving, bro. This Habibi play might have something to it. I'm gonna wait for the crash before I get back in. I'm not gonna FOMO this play. That's the play I'm looking at right now. I refuse. And that's another, like I was telling y'all, man, like, do not FOMO. Do not FOMO. But this is the chart on the play I made this morning. I got some quick games off this one. And again, all these meme coins are going to zero. They're all going to zero. This is not financial advice. But this one, I think I sold somewhere around here. Yeah, I sold it around here. I bought here. And I sold here. And now it's still going. So I could have got a couple more percents off of that, but it's all good. Yeah, but this shit's easy fucking money, bro. It's just. And then I'm gonna be moving my Solana into Sys. Blunt Step said, "Can I have some money to play with?" No, you're not my kids. I'm not rich. And again, that's the cool thing about crypto is I sent my kids like $10 a piece of Solana, and they can do multiple trades with that because we're dealing with microtransactions. It's crypto, so you can deal in microtransactions. So you can put 0.001 of something. You know what I mean? So yeah, good insight for children. You know, I think I was telling my kids there's a huge disadvantage adults have. You show them a chart, a trading chart, and they're like, "What is this? How am I supposed to look at this?" And I told them this is a skill most adults don't have, and school is not going to teach it to you. So that's why we homeschool, so we can teach you all the things that school won't teach you. So, when we think about ourselves as adults, it's a lot of different responsibilities we have. And one responsibility that always gets offloaded, I don't think should get offloaded, are investments. Some people rely on a stockbroker, some people rely on 401k, Roth IRA, and all those instruments are well and fine and good and all of that. But being able to manage your own, I think it's like, do you have the capability to fix things around the house, wash the dishes, take out the garbage, and manage your investments? Like, it's one of those tasks, to me at least. It's one of those type of skills where there's, at the very basic level, a human being should know that X amount of my income goes into investments, and know how to select good investments and when to pull out of those investments and when to get into new ones. This is a very basic, and this will help a lot of people out too for when a recession hits. Right? When a recession hits, a lot of y'all are like, "Yo, recession hit. I'm up big. Let's go, baby. Let's go, AOC." Recession hits and you don't have a cushion. So you want to make investments so that one day you know what it is. You want to make investments so that when you walk into work, you're not afraid to lose your job. There's a lot of people that allow their boss to bully them around and treat them certain ways because the boss thinks you will not walk out. And everybody needs to be able to walk into work with the ability to say, "Fuck you," on that last day. I'm out of here. You need to have that ability. Just don't quit because then you're not eligible for unemployment. But you still need that ability just in case you don't care about unemployment. You don't want to have your boss sort of hold that over your head. Like, you need this income. You need this. You never want to be in that type of place. It's a very scary place to be, Damn, this shit is still running. I'm not going to FOMO, though. Stick to the plan. Remember I told you, stick to the plan. Matter of fact, I'm not even going to look at this meme coin no more. I'm not even going to look at it no more. I'm going to just take it off my screen. Real simple. Problem solved. All right, that's all I got, man. I'll be back tonight with Uncle Hotep, 8 p.m. No, 8 p.m. is chess, kick.com/Hotep Jesus. And then 10 p.m. I'll be with Uncle Hotep live, patreon.com/Hotep's been told you. Shout out to all my supers. Kamar Daniel, Limitless Power. Mike has bad knees with the 10 gifted Hotep Jesus memberships.
Oh, this a real Hotep brother.
Appreciate you. Mikey and Opinionated Junkie, I appreciate all of the super chats. You guys are appreciated. And I'll see y'all later tonight. If not, I'll see you tomorrow for another episode of the Grift Report. Be well, stay merry. Tell somebody in your family that you love them. And as always, Hotep and Bill.
Envision a sanctuary where community and sustainability are the cornerstones of living. In this haven, every family is able to grow their own food, children flourish through homeschooling tailored to unlock their full potential, and education extends beyond textbooks, instilling self-worth and a deep understanding of the world around them. Here, goodwill isn't just an ideal, it's the essence of daily life, where respect for law and order harmonizes with the community's resourcefulness. This place isn't just a dream, it's a call to action for everyone who believes in a better, more connected way of living. Join us in building a future where each individual's contributions create a tapestry of enduring harmony and prosperity. Join us in Hotepistan,